Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Glenndaplays and I'm going to be reviewing the beautifully brutal Demon Souls remake by Bluepoint, originally made by From Software. I will try and keep all of the kind of later areas covered so that there's no kind of spoilers or anything like that, and I'll be mostly focusing on the early game areas so that there's nothing ruined for people that haven't played it yet. So I could talk all day about the graphics in this game because they are beautiful. The particle effects, the whole world, the way everything looks refreshed and dark and dingy, the way that From Software other games are, it is wonderful. They also done a wonderful job with Shadow of Colossus, so it's no real surprise to anyone that they've absolutely smashed it out of the park with the Demon Souls remake. Another thing that really goes hand in hand with this is they've got two modes. They've got the performance mode, so you can get the kind of upscaled 4K, 60 frames a second, or you can get the kind of visual mode where it's 4K, like native 4K with 30 frames per second. Me personally, I like to play with the highest frame rate possible, so I'll be playing on performance mode today. Unfortunately, my capture card only does 1080p, so that's what you guys will be seeing. So a great thing about the game being on the PlayStation 5 and the new hardware that the PlayStation 5 is using with the SSD and the integrated memory that it's got means that when you die, and it's no surprise that you're going to die in this game, the load times are so fast that you'll be back in the game before you've even found where you've thrown your controller. It's amazing. Another thing I discovered, having not played the original Demon Souls, is the magic in this game. I don't know if it's just because of the graphics, but the magic in the game is sensational. I really enjoyed playing a magic character. I did do a strength build originally, but then I discovered magic in the game and I couldn't go back after that. So in terms of gameplay, I really enjoy the kind of classic From Software gameplay style where it's slow and methodical. You got to know when to attack and when to kind of roll away or use your iframes to evade an attack. Bluepoint haven't changed any of the enemies' AIs, any of the invincibility frames that you get from any of those rolls. They have improved upon the animations through when you're using kind of great swords or the daggers or anything like that, so there is animation improvements, but in terms of the bottom line gameplay, if you've already played the 2009 version, you won't notice any difference. I actually thought that it got better, and I've heard other people saying the same, where the combat itself is actually better because of the better animations. I really enjoyed the way Demon Souls is set up, where you can go into a world, play through like the first level, and then if you're struggling with the next level in that world, you can come out of that world and move on to another location. I was really impressed with that, and I found myself going from world to world to world, especially in my first playthrough because I didn't really know where I was going or anything like that, so it was great to be able to explore all these different worlds. One thing I didn't know about when I came to play Demon Souls is a thing called world tendency, and I actually had to restart a playthrough after I'd played through the entire game. I decided, instead of going into New Game Plus, I just decided to start a new game because it was only at the very end of the game that I'd read about kind of game world tendency and how that affects the game. So that might be something you might want to look into before you start playing the game. So, the quality of life improvements that Bluepoint have brought to the game. So I've already touched on the SSD loading times, but it comes in very handy in a game where you're expected to die loads and loads and loads. And it means that even if you die, it's not like you don't need to go into a 2-minute loading screen or a 3-minute loading screen like you used to. It's 3, 4, 5 seconds, and then you're back in the game and you're ready to go and collect your souls that you dropped. Another thing that they've added in is small things like the duration bars next to your weapons. So you'll find like there's a small red bar next to your weapon, and if that's depleted all the way, then your weapon won't be as effective. Another thing they've added in is the option for photo mode. I've really enjoyed that. I've used that in this video a few times, just to try and show off the kind of areas and things. So that's really handy, and it's also good for kind of capturing moments where you've maybe beaten a boss and things like that. As well as that, they've also overhauled the sound. So if you've got one of the 3D audio headsets from PlayStation, then you'll find that very good. I personally play on headphones. Found that getting my ass beat continuously with headphones on adds to the kind of immersion for the game, so that's great. Another thing they've also added in is the animations that I've touched on as well, so they've added that to the game, which is fantastic. Another thing that they've added in is being able to send things to storage. So when you're at max capacity and you're trying to pick up an item, you can send that directly to your storage, and that wasn't a thing in the 2009 game. So it's a massive improvement that they've added that into the game as well. So, my final thoughts on the Demon's Souls remaster or remake by Bluepoint Games. It's an absolute must for a PlayStation 5 owner. This really displays the capabilities of a PlayStation 5. Between the loading times, the graphics, the pure destructibility and everything that you can destroy in this game, it's an experience. Even if it's your first Souls game, don't look at it as if it's too hard. I would actually say this is one of the easiest Souls games that you can play, and a great way to start off your soul playing journey, because once you play one of them, you're going to want to play them all. That's just the way it goes. There is a big learning curve at the start, but you'll get through it, and you'll get better, and you'll get good eventually. I will be doing more content like this where I review games. I know that Demon's Souls has been out for over a year now, but I'm planning on Elden Ring content and other new games that are coming out in the future. Possibly the Horizon game that's coming out soon, but I will be mostly focused on Elden Ring because I have been waiting for that game for as long as I can remember now. Thanks very much for watching my video to the end. Don't forget to give it a big like if you've enjoyed it. Leave a comment if you agree with my thoughts or if you don't agree. Thanks very much. I've been Glenndaplays. Keep on playing.